thanks for joining us. We take a look at your forecast for November 11th through the 13th, and weekend forecast here. And big weather maker is the remnants of Nicole, which are going to make a run at us tonight, well, late this evening, afternoon, evening, through tonight into tomorrow morning, with a decent amount of rain, although it doesn't look like flooding rain, and a decent amount of wind, although for the most part not damaging winds. So yeah, basically just a breezy, rainy night, but not really anything too significant in terms of overall effects, but definitely going to be wet out there. So here's the remnants of Nicole, and here it's starting to interact with this front off to our west, and the two of them together are really going to squeeze a lot of moisture out of this. As we look at the radar going forward out of this, we're going to see it is really, there's a huge area of widespread rain, and that's going to lead, thankfully it's relatively quick moving, so it is going to get in and out of here pretty quick, which is going to keep us from getting any kind of like flooding kinds of rains, but definitely enough to cause ponding in the roads and things like that. It's going to be a wet night, basically, is what I'm saying. As we take a look at radar, you can see here's the front and here's the storm. You can see it's really the northwestern quadrant of the storm here that's interacting with a front that's got the heaviest rain. This is the area that's got the best chance for causing any kind of flooding potential, and that's going to slide well to our west. Even there, I don't think it's going to be quite enough to cause significant issues. Although there is, like I said, still a lot of precipitation. As we zoom in a little bit on this, we can see that, yeah, lots of precipitation, lots of heavy precipitation embedded here. Some dry spots. I think we'll see a burst of rain this evening into the middle of the overnight. Then we'll probably get a bit of a break with just some showered situation before it kind of the front moves through with potentially some really heavy rain briefly early tomorrow morning, maybe even a strike, a little bit of lightning and thunder associated with that. That's probably when we have a chance to get some of our gustiest winds, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But basically, it's just going to be raining. That's what I have to say for you this morning. In terms of overall rainfall, we're looking at a widespread 1 to 2 inches across most of New England. Southern Vermont's kind of socked right in there. 1.5 to 3 inches across western New York. We could see in a spot that got like a heavier burst up to 3 inches of rain. That's still not enough to start to cause any kind of real issues. It's going to be wet, but it's not going to really be that significant in terms of what's going to happen for us across southern Vermont. So as we take a look at that forecast, it is warm, real warm. You can tell we've got a tropical system headed in our direction. We'll be 65 today, even with clouds. There's a few peaks of sun this morning. And then evening rain. I think the rain starts anytime after about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We can start to see the first showers. Heavier rain moves in by evening, 5, 6 o'clock this evening, and runs through the overnight. Heavy rain overnight tonight. Not entirely the entire night. We will have, like I said, probably a bit of a break in the rain in the middle of the night as we get that dry spot kind of in here. And then another kind of round to end out our morning on Saturday. Low temperatures still in the mid-60s, basically, as we've got the warm air from the tropical system in our direction. Tomorrow will be in the 60s. Temperatures will sort of hold steady. Finally, once that front moves through, we will start to cool off. It'll start to feel a little drier by tomorrow afternoon. We cool back down into about 40 degrees on Saturday night into Sunday. And then Sunday, we don't really move temperatures at all. And we have kind of a moist northwest flow, and that is going to move some precipitation potentially in the form of showers or flurries for us across southern Vermont here. Higher elevations, places certainly above 1,000, maybe 1,500 feet, likely to see flurries out of this. If you're down in the valleys, it might be a few showers. This is not going to accumulate. It's not going to be anything more than in the air, but it could be the first time any of us really see any snow flurries yet this year. If we don't see them this day, there's several chances for some snow in the air, at least throughout the week. It looks like a more typical mid-November week next week than the last couple of weeks have been, as our temperatures will be more normal. And there is a bit of a chance of a wintry weather event later in the week, so you're going to want to check back in on Monday for the work week forecast, because the details on that, it's way too early to tell, but there is definitely the potential for that. Okay, then we cool off back to kind of typical low temperatures for this time of year in the mid-20s on Sunday night into Monday. So those highlights: warm and dry to start today. Rain moves in this afternoon. Heavy rain overnight into Saturday with 1 to 2 inches for the most part of rain accumulation. Wind gusts to 45 miles an hour, which means that it's not possible that one or two of us could lose power briefly. I would not be too concerned about this, and if you do lose them, because they'll be widely scattered, I wouldn't expect you to lose power for too long, but it is possible you could briefly lose power tonight. Like I said, don't think that'll be widespread at all. And a passing flurry or sprinkle on Sunday afternoon. All right. Thanks for joining me. I will be back on Monday with an updated look at your work week forecast. And like I said, there is a chance for some wintry weather later in the week. So you want to check in on that. Not a guarantee yet. And by Monday, I should have a lot more clarity on what's going to happen then. All right. Thanks for joining me, and we'll be back Monday morning.